up, YouTube? Knight's Edge here again. Got another little quick review of a quick little knife. See how I did that? Before I get too much into it, thanks to the Pons for letting me borrow this and a few other really cool knives. Big shout out to him. People like him are the reason that I get to review such cool knives, man. Pons, Mr. Eddie, Carry and Cut, Stephen Weigel, aka Lanyard Band, Knife Pleb has sent me one really cool. Jake Anderson. So big shout out to all y'all. Shout out to all my Patreons. If you're interested in supporting me, supporting the channel, $2 a month or more, you can enter right down there or join the Patreon, join the Knights. And channel members also, that's available if you want to use the cool emojis in my live streams. I do live streams Saturday morning, 9:30 a.m. Central Time. Try to stay pretty regular on that, although I did miss last week. Other than that, hey, if you want to subscribe to my channel, support me, hit the subscribe button, like the video if you like the content, and here we go. This is the Vosteed Acorn, mini Acorn, I'm sorry. They make an Acorn, which I will review in a separate video, and they make a mini Acorn. So, this one being the mini, I'll go ahead and start out, get through all the specs first, give my full thoughts on it. Let's do blade tip to the butt of the handle. You're looking right at 6 inches, so definitely a small knife for sure. Full blade length, right at 2 5/8 if you go to where it meets up with the handle. Sharpen edge, you are looking right at 2 1/8, maybe a hair over 2 1/8. So definitely a smaller knife. Legal in a lot of places that a lot of other you know, more regular size knives, I guess you could say, wouldn't be. There's a positive there. Alright, so 116 thousandths behind the edge, around 19.5 thousandths behind the edge. That first measurement, which I'll do again because I jacked up the way I said that. 120, that's what I got there. 121 thousandths spine thickness. Sorry about that. Alright, 0.45 of an inch. Not too thick, not too thin, just like most pocket knife handles tend to be. Next, let's compare it. Do some size comparisons here. You got the Spyderco Paramilitary 2 and the Spyderco Para 3. Alright, so smaller than both. That kind of gives you a definite idea of the size, right? So, Cold Steel Knives 8010, which dwarfs it. Comically so, almost. And the Demco Knives Shark Lock 8020.5, smaller than both. So let's do it up next to two other Will knives, as I call them, little small knives. This is the Cold Steel Knives Mini Tough Light. All right, so you can see it's bigger than that one, you know, for sure, and definitely way more sharpened edge. And the Baby Banter, so a little bit bigger than the Baby Banter, you know. Overall, it's got the Baby Banter by, oh, I don't know, I'd say maybe a 3/4 of an inch or so. Cutting edge, it's got the Baby Banter by about 1/2 inch, maybe 3/8, 1/2 inch, something like that. So a little bit larger than the Baby Banter, so not quite that small, but still a pretty small knife. Alright, put the little knives up. Where is my scale? Here we go. Alright, let's weigh this puppy. Definitely doesn't feel like it weighs much at all. I mean, the G10, I don't know. Let's see, is it milled out? Is it milled out? Oh, not really much of a liner on that side. Not really. Okay, so steel liner on both sides, but more of a liner on one side than the other. Let's weigh it and see. I'm guessing, I would guess probably about 3 ounces would be my guess. 2.8, so not too far off, not nearly as far off as I usually am. 2.8 ounces, so not really significant. It is even at 2.8 ounces over the ounce and inch ratio, but you know, not really anything cumbersome in pocket or anything for sure. Let's see what it looks like inside the old blue jeans. Got a deep carry clip on there, but you still got a little bit sticking out, and that little lanyard spot sticking out. Almost seems like they did that on purpose. Me personally, I don't like lanyards. I would rather they not be there. I would rather this be a fully deep carry clip, but that is pretty cool that they give people that option. You know, everybody's different. Everybody's got different preferences. let's go ahead and do a hardware check. This is a T6 that I got on here on my little NAFS driver. Yeah, I think that's a T6. Pocket clip screws. And T6. T6. Is it? Yeah, double check now. I have been wrong to be known to be wrong a time or two. Alright, think. Yeah, that is a T8 and a captive pivot, so that's good. I wish the body screws and the clip screws were T8, but you know, it doesn't seem to be too much of an issue to move them with the T6. And also, it's a good thing that that pivot is captive. Pivot's a T8, so that's good too. So, not bad hardware grade there. Overall, I really like this little knife, man. It's got good ergonomics. You know, for such a small knife, I wear a large size glove, which is to say I have regular size hands, I guess. Can get all the way back here, you know, when I'm holding it. You know, you can't really, you know, choke back. That doesn't make any sense anyway if you choke back, you know, but you got a 3-finger grip if you choke back. But choking up, you do have enough room to choke up. You got the jimping up here and rag, you know, the whole length right there. That makes it really comfortable, you know, and it's a super slicey little knife for sure. This is a good little slicer. Really cool color code on the hardware, you know, like the contrast. I like the G10 on this one. It's kind of slippery, you know. It's not really like that rough coarse sandpaper gritty G10, but it is very comfortable. Like I said about the lanyard hole earlier, you know, I could care less if the lanyard was there or not. To me, I'd rather have this mounted more up towards here, but you know, what are you going to do? There's, you know, not really that much of an issue. Front flipper on this thing works great. I'm not really the best front flipper in the world, as many of you who normally watch the channel would be able to testify to. But I can front flip this one pretty much with ease, so that's good. Reverse flick, can do it, you know. Kind of at first because of the small size of it, you kind of have the tendency to get caught up, you know, which isn't, you know, you can, just like any other knife, I guess, you kind of get used to it and get used to the feel of it. So that works good too, the middle finger flip. Great access to this this hole here. Good access to that. The lock bar, it's got good access to that. It is a liner lock running on bearings. So you got good access to that lock bar. No issues there. The blade seal on this is 14C 28N. Right there. Not really any billboarding on them. You got the little Vosteed and a little 14C. I'm perfectly fine with that. Yeah, so overall, man, as far as mini knives go, I would say that this one's a pretty good one. I'm gonna put it on my most recommended knives playlist for sure. Even though I usually don't recommend knives, you know, that size. I mean, I don't prefer them anyway, but this one's pretty cool. It is a really good, really comfortable little knife. It is quite fidgety, you know. It really surprised the heck out of me, just sitting there, you know, on the couch or on the bed or whatever. And I'm kind of fidgeting away with this stupid little thing. So anyway, that's pretty much it, y'all. I really appreciate everyone that subscribed to the channel. I appreciate the Patreon members, man. Y'all are awesome. Pons, I appreciate you. Thank you for letting me let me have this one. This one's gonna be in a giveaway, so yeah, definitely big shout out to you, Pons. Thank you so very much, and thanks everybody for watching, and until next time, stay sharp.